buoy. Okay, now we got Robbie Burns on site.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good. How are you doing today? You guys cutting trees today? Oh, okay.
Okay, Mark, go through it again. You want what to happen with what?
Okay, okay.
Well, we're trying to wire up the alternator. We have no idea how this was wired originally since they cut everything. So
What do you need?
it's an old AC Delco one-wire system, and we're trying to troubleshoot it and figure out what we need to do. So now I'm gonna hook up the back.
Does it work for gout? It works for anything. It don't, if it don't, it sort of want to kill you. So.
Just
All right, let's stand back. I'm
okay.
gonna fire
So
it up.
what's the needle should do again? What's the needle going to do?
We don't know yet.
Needle should go to the right.
Well, we got to give her a little throttle.
Okay.
They said it should excite it. You know what, Robbie? I wouldn't stand there.
No, I'm not. You ain't got it running yet.
Okay.
This one ain't hooked up.
Yeah, they're both hooked up.
Okay, is this a 24 or
12 volt.
12 volt system?
Yes, sir. There's your hot on the. That's the ground.
Still got 12.5. Okay, that's on ground. Okay, I see what's going on. This is your ground here.
What are you checking for, Robbie
Okay.
Burns? Looking good.
Like I said, when I fire it up, you can't go back in there. You get that fan right inside you. You don't want to do that.
It ain't charging.
Okay.
You're reading 12.4.
Our best bet is take that alternator up to advance. They can spin test it.
That's what I would do. If you're charging, it's 12.3. The only thing, if you ain't got nothing coming off of there, the only question is does that have a built-in
Diode or whatever.
regulator on it
Okay.
that's regulating? If it does, then it ain't charging at all.
Okay.
But what I do is I'd get it tested, because it's charged. I mean, if you can look here, watch the meter.
Yeah,
Watch the meter. Here you go. When you should, anytime, the bottom line to it is, anytime that you're going to have, okay, should have 12.4, 12.3 or something
yeah,
there.
12.4. Yeah.
Okay, then you're going to have it here.
Yeah, 12.4.
Generally, it should spike to 13.7,
14.
14.2, somewhere in there, DC. Okay, now that's 75 amp alternator, if it was charging at all coming through, which don't know that if you need a regulator with that alternator.
Okay.
You see where I'm coming from?
Yep.
Now what's this? Detroit.
Yeah. 671 Detroit.
For sure. But you might want to jerk that nut. If you're going to use it, go ahead and use it, but jerk it off and have them test it.
Yeah.
And make sure that but there's a place out on 42 that rebuilds them.
Now they're telling me that this little wire here was for a built-in tachometer. They said they could actually do a tachometer with that. I thought that was the exciter wire. It's not. They said it should do itself.
Yeah, it should if it's an alternator. I mean, and it's only got the one wire coming off. Basically, you wired it through to the amp meter, and the amp meter didn't do shit. But it ought to spike to like 13 something.
Yeah.
Anything above, but it went down. Because when you started, you had 12.5, and it went down to 12.3. But that's, I mean, if you're going to use it, I'd go ahead and use it, and then pull that off and get them to test it, and then you'll know.
Yeah, I'll just get that off of there and run it up there. Yeah, we're not going to solve today, so.
So that's a Detroit.
Yep. 671 Detroit. Alrighty. At least we know where we stand now.